This one shift will change your entire life on every level your sexy little self desires. So this is the final video of my part 10 master series on how to reset your reality. And before we end the series, I want to ask you something. What if the reason your reality hasn't fully changed yet has nothing to do with manifestation and everything to do with who is running the program? Stay with me, because at the end of this video, I'm going to give you the exact shift, the exact thing that I did that completely changed my life multiple times. Not once, not twice, but multiple times. And honey, I'm talking about my career, my relationships, my money, confidence, my standards, even the love I allow into my life. And honestly, once you understand this, you stop feeling stuck and you start realizing like I've said in the previous videos, interesting. I've been trying to change my life without changing the one thing that's creating it. And trust me, I know that sounds frustrating because maybe you can relate. You want the change. You want the bigger, the better. The relationship, abundance, confidence, successful business, the castle, unicorns, ponies in the sky. And maybe for a little while, you're doing great, motivated, inspired, aligned, watching the videos, the podcasts, and then somehow you fall back into fear, back into those old habits, back into overthinking, self-doubt, basically the same old emotional loops. And suddenly you're like, wait a minute, I thought I was changing. I don't know if anyone can relate, because this right here in this video is the part no one talks about. And if you stay with me, this may genuinely, well, if it lands right with you, if this message lands with you, it will change your life. Because if you've been watching this series, and again, this is part 10, I've been leaving like breadcrumbs, kind of like cues, right? The entire time, because it's not like you can just skip right to dessert when you go out to dinner. So in part 1, we talked about identity anchors. Because your life, babe, mirrors who you believe you are. In part 2, we talked about deleting beliefs, these limiting beliefs, because you can't install a new reality while old programming is just still running. In part 3, we talked about your nervous system, because that body is always going to choose and go towards what feels familiar, even if familiar sucks and hurts. Part 4, why your reality just repeats, because most people are just unconsciously replaying the same old emotional movie. We talked about the ease principle, how forcing is just going to create more resistance, these reality loops, because what you rehearse emotionally will just repeat. We talked about the money code. I think that was in part 7. I love that one, because abundance starts internally before externally. We talked about the ripple effect, and when your goals ripple beyond you, something just amplifies. And 9, we talked about becoming the observer, learning that is a very important message. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind them. And now we get into the final piece. It's like the big reveal, like AGT. My boyfriend, we've been watching America's Got Talent. And I literally, it just like clicked with me last night that, oh, the AGT back there stands for America's Got Talent. So, and again, literally just that piece, just things land with you at certain times. And that just landed with me last night. But anyways, don't judge me. But the part that changed everything for me, the thing that took this from interesting information to actual transformation, because knowledge alone does not change your life. And this may sting a little or it may sting a lot, but hearing the videos and watching the podcasts and reading the books and, you know, the motivations, the quotes and the memory board, the whatever those boards or whatever, I can't think of it right now, doesn't change reality. And I know because I stayed there for a long time, and the information is great, but you have to put it to work. So what actually works? It's the embodiment. Because at some point you have to just stop asking, how do I get the life I want? And start asking, who would naturally create this life? I'm gonna say that again. Who would naturally create this life or that life? So not how do I make more money, but who is the version of me that just naturally creates abundance? What does he or she look like? What do they act like? What do they dress like? How do they show up every day? Not how do I feel loved, but who is the version of me that already feels love, safe for receiving love? So how does that feel? How are you going to carry yourself? Don't think about how do I become successful. I want you to think, How does the version of me that's successful think? How does he or she move, respond, handle stress? Basically, showing up every day. When I did this multiple times throughout my life, and trust me, if you've watched my videos, you will see student loans gone, career moves, love, amazing love, home. And it wasn't overnight. Because there was a version of me that just settled and operated from fear, didn't feel worthy, chased emotionally unavailable like men. God, why? Sabotaged every healthy relationship that came towards me because it didn't feel safe. I didn't feel safe with peace. And I don't know if anyone can relate, but chaos felt familiar. And if you watch part 9, you'll understand why your nervous system in that body will normalize it. So when healthy things come, or for me, that I would just unconsciously just create problems because my body said, whoa, wait, this feels unfamiliar. But when I started becoming aware and observing and interrupting those patterns and asking, what would the future version of me do here? And little by little, my reality changed. And I'll never forget the biggest one. When I heard the term become the coder, I was like, wait, what? This is when you really need to hear me. You are not just a player in your reality. Think of yourself as the coder. Think of yourself, your whole body as like a computer, meaning every day through your thoughts, your emotions, your identity, your beliefs, habits, environment, relationships, nervous system, all of that is you and you're writing code. So the question is, are you writing code for the future you that you want or replaying code from the past? So I know maybe you're thinking, okay, cool, Leanne, that's all great, but how do I write the code? What's the code? It's no numbers. And I got you. Here's the things I learned that really, really matter. Your environment matters. Your body matters. Your habits. Because embodiment becomes easier when your outer world supports the inner shift. This is why I talk about the physical anchors, your routines, your movement, meditating, who you surround yourself with, the content you consume, what version of yourself your environment reminds you to be, because your environment is always programming you. Now, to have this working in your favor, want something reinforcing it, or shall I say just like amplifying it, right? The biggest shift in this, like, I don't know if you want to call it the matrix, quantum field, universe, whatever you want to call it, if you want to make this bend the most, is when your dream ripples outwards. And I know maybe that sounds a little crazy, but when your dream and what you want, this desired life, becomes about helping people, helping your family, showing your children what's possible, maybe healing or giving back, basically creating impact, suddenly you're going to move differently. For me, that was my daughter, being a healthy role model, helping people heal, helping people break limiting beliefs and learn about their nervous system, helping you. Think about it. Pain means something when it becomes purpose. And when someone has purpose around what means something to them, it's almost like fire, right? It's like, boom, when you can marry and sync the two, it's so powerful. That's you walking in your purpose. That's when someone's unstoppable, uneffable. And when you can do that and embody and embrace that future self, the self that has the successful business, purpose behind it, the healthy lover, basically anything that you want, babe. The universe has no other way but to line you up to it. Einstein even said it. Whatever it is that you want, just match up to that frequency and the universe will align you to it. And just to be, when I say embody and embrace, I mean, I want you to start walking and talking like this future self would. How would they carry themselves? How would they dress? Take that identity on so hard. Play it out like a movie in your head as much and as often as frequently as possible before you go to bed, like it's a movie. I'll never forget when I brought forth my boyfriend. Still, when I tell people this story, they're like, wait, what? Their head spins. Mind you, I did the inner work. I did the reflection. I did the shadow work. I even wrote a book about it. I realized, whoa, this is all a mirror. But it was when I did that work and then I did this embodiment, meaning I took on the identity of Leanne, who had this unconditional love, that man in her life that was just so in love with her. There was no worries. It was safe, secure. It was exciting. It was amazing. I'll never forget, I changed my posture in the car and I started driving as if I was her and just felt those emotions. That's what I need you to do. So if there's one thing I want you to do, remember this from all these series, you don't get what you want. You get what you are. And what you are is just this repeatable, like, will become. And if you feel stuck, good, because awareness means you're waking up. Now the question becomes, who are you practicing to be? Because eventually, babe, reality has no choice but to catch up. So do the meditations, quiet that beautiful mind, do the inner work, put the work in. And if you don't know what work you need to do, take a look at the mirror, because this is all a mirror. It's all reflecting back your inner beliefs. So if this series helped you, I want you to comment rise below and share this with someone you love, because healing ripples, growth ripples, and maybe your transformation becomes someone else's permission slip. So with that, until the next video, and much peace and love.